episode of Speakers of Eidolon is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our Supreme and Master Speakers Omeji Cat Comet, Erisu Yamakawa, Circuit Barrakiel, Alex Franco AV, Winebow Brood, Psyche, Asuta Starbreeze, Cletus Oreo, Nina Grimsdaughter, Nat Clay, Lily Black, Bob Cece, Mikta Rabentau, Sapa Chakwatol, Edwin, Arcadia Lunashine, Umbral Wind, Quick Levin, Pamela Isley, Camille Grino, Elenriel Maximus, Coderith Novelist, Mira Miri, Bay Barbale, Suno Chicano, Celestau Natrell, Lazy Boy, A Bag of Dragonite, Luke Osborne, Pandaloo Stormarrow, Tex, Kylin, AJ Brainswordson, Anathus Moonscar, Arthur Law, Biridan Derard, Psypup, Spencer Christmas, Noy Fafnir, Cheshire Saltiri, Celine DeLune, and Wubsta Wolf. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV. Thank you.
This is Speakers of Eidolon.
Good evening, Aorcians. Welcome to Speakers of Eidolon, episode 307. I'm Lukiel Bravestone, and I'm joined today by Georgi Wiston, Mela Vanadar, and Rollo Des.
Hello.
We're here.
I got old man juice.
You got a kelp shake over there,
Oh,
Rollo?
it's him again. What is his name?
Yeah, Arnold Palmer.
Arnold Palmer.
Amazing golfer.
Yeah.
Awful bottle design, though.
Yeah.
Why would you want an old man on it?
old man?
Because he makes good tea.
The bottle design is a little questionable. It's a lot of information on it.
Look, it says, if you look at the bottle, it has his signature on the bottom, Arnold Palmer, right? Light, which doesn't make any sense, actually, because there's only light and diet of this drink.
Yeah.
And then there's half and half in the two colors. This is iced tea and lemonade.
Yeah,
it's
it's
clever.
kind of a bottle that you just have to know what it is. I think that's what they're going for. Like, they know what they're getting. Slap his name on it. They know what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Welcome everyone to episode
Very
307.
post-show conversation.
This is July. It is July 9th, 2022. Today's main topic, patch 6.18, of course, that came out. There's also some issues with one of the main features of that patch, mainly the data center travel. So we'll talk about that. Yes, and everyone, we are going to talk about that goddamn Billboard bullshit. So stay tuned for that as well, and please behave in chat. Mogmail, we'll see if we have time for Mogmail. We are starting a little late today. speakersxavier.com/Mogmail to send us Mogmail, maybe with your thoughts and views on the Billboard debacle. Or anything else, whatever you want. speakersxavier.com/Mogmail. Stay tuned for the post show. We'll be answering questions from the syndicate. So make sure you catch that if you're watching live. In channel updates, we have a clip compilation out now on Speaker's Place. So if you want to see a recap of some of the highlights from last month, you can go there and check that out. All right, that's everything here. Let's jump into recent events. Right, recent events. We'll start light. There is a video out called "Close in the Distance." It's a community project with like around 1,000 singers from the 14 community. It has some big names
by Alex Mukala and Husky.
Right. Yes.
But it has some very big people that we've known and loved over the years.
Yes, Susan.
Especially us. We're all there.
Yeah,
We're all
don't say that.
If you listen closely, we're a minute in, and you hear all of us just moan.
Pause on the screen where it shows everyone and try and find
Thank goodness none of us are there. We are not there. But there's a lot of familiar faces there. So if you haven't watched it already, definitely go check that out. That's Final Fantasy XIV Close in the Distance. I was hoping this would just last longer because
I mean, I don't know. We can...
because our next
So Susan
story,
Calloway.
Susan, shout out
Yeah,
to
Susan Calloway and Amanda Aiken were both in
Yeah,
the video.
Amanda.
Uh-huh.
It's got some content creators as well that you'll probably recognize. It's got a load of other streamers. It's got some VTubers. It's got everyone.
Yeah. So yeah, good video. Love that for us.
That's the best I can do.
Yeah. So that's a good community thing.
Oh.
Okay.
Lol.
So let's go here then.
Wait, it's now. That's today.
Don't eat. Okay, yeah, that is
It's
true.
today.
That
At,
is-
It is
it
today.
is
at 8
today.
p.m.
Don't Rollo,
Yes.
Rollo. We are not advertising it.
It says it right there. We're advertising it right now.
All right, we're no longer advertising it. We're showing this now. All right. So the billboard, huh? Let's go back. Let's go back in time a little to set this. You know what? I'm going to show it either way. Fuck them.
Yeah.
You'll find this fucking billboard everywhere right now. So
Wow.
So
Yeah.
let's go back a few months. Yoshi-P has a huge dressing down of the community in regards to use of mods, and specifically data mining causes a huge wave of shit, like all over the community. The community, everyone was kind of worried. It was a bad time because Yoshi-P was very angry. So we were like, okay.
Upset with us.
Father was upset, and that wasn't the first time. This has happened again and again, and it just, yeah. And we thought maybe after this last time, where he really he even started to specify things that were not allowed, like stuff that he'd previously looked between the fingers on, like stuff like, parsers and that. Like he now explicitly said that is not allowed. And he said specifically for data mining, they might take legal action because that's straight up illegal. So we thought, okay, community got upset a little. We calmed down. Everything returned to normal. And then a few days ago, we all woke up to what I can't even properly describe the confusion I felt when my Twitter timeline was just full of this weird billboard, and I'm like, what is going on? So this 14 nightclub venue was advertising for an upcoming event on real life billboards in Texas.
Could you imagine? You're just some Texas dude on your commute down the endless 8-lane highway that in Houston or something, and you look up and you see this shit.
Well,
and it's just like,
well, from what I'm read about the California one, they never actually made it up. They had applied for California, but they were never actually put up. They never happened there. But Texas ones definitely are up. Yeah,
if you are riding down the highway and past this,
there's so
you're not
much.
going to stop.
That's the
You're not going to stop to
okay.
read it. There's
I want to talk
information
about the
overload.
design of this, but let's just first just acknowledge the fact that this is real
life.
This is real life.
Yeah.
It's like when your favorite thing gets exposed to a wider community.
Yeah.
And you feel a bit awkward about it, and you just don't really know how to feel. It's our game has just got on a billboard.
The worst part is
In
that
Texas.
this billboard is using the logo for Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah.
Which
Yep.
they
Which
do not
isn't-
have
isn't their
permission to do.
intellectual rights.
They do not have the
There's
trademark.
some very questionable padding.
Yeah.
It's just the F just immediately gets cut off.
But I really love the adding of the copyright claims on the left and right side, like the trademark notice and the copyright notice, as if that's gonna save you. But the the worst perhaps part is that you have the Final Fantasy XIV logo, and I believe it's the bunny that's wearing data mined Moonfire Fair outfits for this upcoming Moonfire
is that
Fair.
what that is?
Yeah.
So that's clever.
So that's, I mean, that is like, that is so astronomically bad that I don't know where to start. Oh, her hair, and that's in addition to that, there's modding as well for the hair and face.
Custom body pose.
Yeah, I think isn't the same for the dude. I think he's a little burly.
Yeah.
He's a bit bigger than he would be in game.
What the fuck are you doing?
Hey, he's only bigger Mela because that was done in Photoshop afterwards. Don't worry.
Oh, sorry.
Right. It's like committing a crime. They've essentially broken the terms of service and then advertised it in real life on billboards. What?
It's so funny.
And then let's go on, roll out.
It's not tied to anyone's name though. Who are these mystery people?
Well, there are literally 3 content creators with their logos.
But that's not them. That's other people.
Yeah, I know. That's the worst part. It's like they're throwing them under the bus by slapping their names. Don't shout them out. Don't shout them out. Okay.
That is true, but like, yeah, they get it's like almost like giving their address.
It is
for their Twitch channels and then the Discord as well. So it's like admitting.
Yeah. Well, they are also.
We did this.
I know it is extremely hard to read this, which, by the way, is a problem for a fucking billboard.
No,
it does have their house address literally
like
on
it.
You know. Yeah, I think it's been a very undertold story how ugly the billboard.
Yeah, let's
is.
go over the fucking billboard because I have this.
Lukiel,
this is giving me. I'm breaking when I see this.
Lukiel, you're a graphic designer essentially, right? And a video editor.
Yeah. Okay.
So like, but you know,
I went to.
You went to school.
Yeah, creative.
Why is there's a blue background?
Yes.
And then they chose a blue font that's slightly darker to put it on that blue background, and then they put the location of it in the tiniest white text on the bottom where it's almost white too.
You absolute idiots! You chose blue font for a blue background when you and then you have, and the funniest part is that the blue logo sort of ends exactly where the sand starts, where it would have been more readable.
They chose to do that on purpose, I think.
And then I also love that once you get to the sand, that's where they put the logos of like the different people, and like one of them is literally a brown potato, and it's like the middle one you can barely see because it's the same color as the sand.
It is a Ronka. But...
Oh yeah.
And then they've
DJ
crammed
Potato.
so much.
I think you're
text.
missing the main point is that they're presenting an event which is being advertised on a certain date and time, which is in not central. No,
the
date and time's in the corner in the tiniest font. The timing I can't even read.
No, so there's 2 of these signs in Texas, and I'm assuming they're off the highway. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I thought 4 total. I feel like I saw 4
Is there
separate
4s?
billboards.
There might be 4.
Okay.
But I'm gonna assume these are off highways somewhere in, I think, Houston maybe, or maybe Dallas. I don't know. The speed limits there are like 80 miles per hour or 75 on the highway, which is like, how much is that in kilometers, whatever? 128 kilometers per second. You're driving by this. Sorry, an hour. An hour. Sorry. An hour. So you're going that fast past the sign as your average Texas person. and the picosecond you look at the sign to
I
get
think
some kind of
Texas person Texan.
Yeah, because the thing is, when you're writing, that's why most billboards usually they don't even try to put like website addresses or anything. They just slap their company name or product name in huge font, so you just remember that when you get home. You're like, oh, yeah, maybe I do want to.
It's either a name or a slogan that they know you will look up because it's mysterious or not clear enough.
Yes.
Like I want you to pretend to be like your average Houstonite, you know? Like you just
I'm afraid, Rollo, I'm going to be having to possibly cause an accident because I'm going to have to get out with my binoculars to really get this one.
Like you just came back from getting Whataburger or whatever, and you're driving down the highway. Like, what do you get from this? What do you think this is if you don't know what Final Fantasy 14
if you don't know what 14 is, this is the weirdest billboard.
Even if you do know what 14 is.
So just think about what you're seeing. So you're seeing Rain Night Club present Summer Bash, by the way, in blue on blue. So already your eyes are like
crashed. Yeah.
Your brain is like trying to figure out, trying to separate the font from the background. And then you see a potato, a crown, something pink, two people on the side. And then
like
in the
naked rabbit woman.
The tiniest text in between is like an address that makes no sense to you because you don't play 14.
I'm going to the Crystarium, or whatever it says.
And
Crystal.
Then at the bottom,
whatever.
there's some sort of long Discord link. And then you passed it, right? You've like all of this has happened in a blink of an eye, and you're like, what the fuck did I just watch? And all the while, at no point did your eyes go to the top right of the billboard to see what time it was. Like what I hate this. This is the
only
worst.
thing that would have made this funnier is if they had a QR code on it.
Yes.
And traffic sucks. You have time.
I assume these were on the side of a highway and probably not close to like any like housing or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think a very underreported story is that people had to stop and take a picture.
Yes.
That's true.
That's true.
I'm glad they did, though.
So, okay. So now that we've gone through the design of this
Really good
horrendous
design.
billboard.
You did a good job.
This would be fine if it was like a community thing. Like, oh, put it up on the Twitter. You put this in real life.
Yeah.
For people, and you paid.
Yeah.
Yeah. For who? Because unless if this had never got traction, it would have been some people in Texas who would have seen it, and that's it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but
and then
still,
eventually California.
Yeah, and then eventually California.
So, brilliant. We got like maybe the two Texans who were playing 14 and the California night.
So I
think that's underreporting the numbers playing in those those states.
I really can't. Yeah, so a lot of people have been asking like, how much does this cost? So prices can range. It depends, but billboards aren't cheap. Let's just say that. But you can pay like a day rate, and I believe that's what they've done here. So they haven't like paid like for it might have been cheaper, right? So yes, they claimed $160. I'm assuming that's per billboard, or if that's both, that's a fucking steal and a half. But it was only up for like 2 days, so I don't know. Maybe it wasn't in like a very good location.
$160.
Yeah, I know. That's their number. I don't know if we can take that as truth. But
I think that's a lot, though.
160 for a billboard? Are you?
You
know how big a billboard is?
I mean, well, no, that is true, but
that includes
putting
this
up on a billboard. Very overpriced.
Yeah.
But for a regular billboard, that's a pretty good deal.
You have to remember,
I get that,
you're also
as like an individual. I feel like it's.
Remember,
it just sounds like a lot
someone has to pull it. Like their workers literally have to get up on that billboard and put that shit up there. So I mean, you're paying for workers to do this. Yeah,
that's a good question.
Shit.
Can we get a billboard in Texas?
No.
Probably.
No.
I mean, we
cannot.
could.
No, we're not doing that.
Lakil says no, but technically we can.
It only takes one of
yes.
us.
Technically, I own
No, I
the
think
rights to speak, so I will take legal action.
For approval from our boss.
Lakil, it's a birthday. I thought you would like it. I put your face, and it's just a picture of you with your crossed arms.
Podcast. That's a good idea. Just nothing else. It's just me with my arms crossed. Podcast? Okay, anyways. Okay, if I had a lot of fuck you money, I would do that just for fun. Okay. Anyways, so this billboard, bad. So of course, this picks up some steam very quickly as people realize what's going on.
Massively fast, yeah.
They are breaking every possible terms of service have been breached multiple times in
Completely,
this.
yeah.
So what I really loved was the defense that came immediately following the backlash. I
cannot believe the words some of these
I-
people said.
I
it
know.
has spawned some of the funniest fucking memes. But it was baby defense. It's the only way I can really describe it. It's like a sort of an out of touch baby defense, like, oh, it is legal because we I don't exactly remember. Yeah, because they had the
They said they
disclaimer at the
consult-
bottom.
Well, also, they said they consulted a lawyer, didn't they?
Yes, they can or. Well, it
I
was a
don't-
bit
know.
unclear sometimes
I don't
because
know if that's true.
no,
What? I thought it was just a dude that they.
no,
like, they
yeah.
just
It
asked
turns out later that it was kind of just a dude, and it was like legally a team. Like there was something
I think they
weird.
went on like that subreddit. where it's
Yeah.
Like, you know, lawyer advice.
Or slash
you-
legal advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, lawyer
They
advice.
went on Fiverr.com, Roller.
No, no,
But
not
yeah.
for $5 for legal advice.
The the worst part is also that they double down so hard on this because like,
Oh.
oh, we are in our right. This is not a breach of the terms of service. They say as their billboard with data mined and modded content is on full display. Absolute insanity.
No,
So
you see, you're only asking us about can we make this billboard, and we're saying yeah, we
yeah,
can.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I just sat up. I couldn't go to bed. I just kept laughing at the what I was reading. It just kept coming. And then, of course, they had a Discord, which was a whole other tale.
That went. Yeah.
So-
Apparently, they didn't know about it. Like most people actually working in this club,
Yeah.
or or doing the event for it,
Mhm.
didn't know.
No, this.
The people in charge just did this.
They called them employees.
They did. They
Yeah.
did. So they said, why would you put up a billboard for like a non-profit? And they're like, oh, there was a lot of things that they should have worded better in their defense.
Yeah.
And then they started purging their Discord when people started coming in to investigate, and that makes it even more sus when you start locking channels. Why would you start locking channels when you've just publicly given out the link to the Discord? Of course there's going to be a lot of people. What were you thinking? They
Never.
purged the website.
Many people see the billboard.
Oh, what a fucking nightmare. And yeah, so now here we are today, I guess, unless there's anything else that happened during all that massive train
Well,
wreck.
Well,
I
I
think
mean,
we
it-
have to mention the fact that two of them were given the opportunity to explain themselves on Asmongold's stream. I think we have to go over that
They
because
shouldn't
'cause
have done that.
this is different to them typing it because this is them thinking on the spot. So this was a very interesting interview.
It showed like a complete lack of understanding of what they were doing.
Very much so.
Because they were.
They basically washed their hands of the majority of it, and then they said the majority of their employees, which I still think is a weird thing to call them.
Mhm.
I understand in an RP sense, but it's a
No,
very
hey.
strong term, very legal term.
I'll say I have a friend that worked at one of these famous crystal clubs, which apparently is I just learned is Crystal is the club spot. I just thought all servers suffered from.
I thought that as well, Roller. Based
Yeah,
on the amount of advertising I see.
yeah, I just thought that was normal for every data center. Apparently not.
Well, I think all data centers have them, but there was more on Crystal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did have a friend that worked in a club as an employee, and she was paid very handsomely in Gil by
Right.
the owners. It's like 500K a night almost.
right.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not bad.
No. There was one thing I wanted to say before we go on to the Asmongold interview about the Discord. There was a post made by someone there, which is like the worst thing you can do, because people started posting like clown emojis all over, like as a response,
Clowns, skulls, and
the nerd like glasses.
Yeah.
And they're like, please stop. Don't you dare use those emotes as responding to our messages.
And clowns.
You're childish, and I will contact the authorities.
It's not funny.
It's not funny. I'll contact the authorities. And of course, the message is bombarded with reactions with
I forgot about that.
clown and skull and nerd. Incredible handling. Like it borders on parody. Like when you look at some of this shit. And considering how serious it could potentially be for the community, like what they've done, I cannot believe this could happen. Why didn't no one tell them? Were they just surrounded by yes men?
Well, I think it's a combination of being surrounded by yes men and also having a very small contingent of yes men. I think they probably kept this very internally secret.
It is. They must be so out of touch with the rest of the community, and that came when we were going now into the Asmongold interview. That's kind of the impression I got. Is like this is a very like echo chambery little circle that now has been exposed to the real world, and they are not dealing with it very well. So, boy,
I can't like what. Okay, you know what? Let's have a fun brainstorming project. Let's place ourselves in their shoes, right? We are the famous club venue owners of the Rain nightclub, I guess.
Okay.
We're having our big summer bash. We want to get everyone excited and put up a sign, right? Now we, as a collective, maybe have a bit more sense, perhaps a little bit more legal savvy, and maybe even a legal consult. But we still want to go ahead and do this for whatever goddamn reason. How would you advertise this without breaking TOS?
That would be hard. I would
with
remove
the condition
characters.
that we're still doing it on a billboard.
Yeah.
Yes, this is still a billboard, and you still have to. It's for a Final Fantasy XIV event.
I would hire an artist to draw something.
Yeah, that's what I would do as well.
That's good. Okay,
yeah.
no in-game screenshot.
No in-game screenshots. It would be very simple. Maybe just one character, and then a very clear. See, it's hard to advertise like an event like that's in-game because it requires additional information. But maybe just have the name of the nightclub be in like big letters. And the problem is we can't use the Final Fantasy XIV logo because the reason why I'm saying that is because when you can make a billboard in real life, you want one word or as few words as possible, like a slogan which is like 5 words or something, massive, so that when you drive, you look at it, it imprints in your brain, and then when you come home, you remember it and you Google it.
Yeah, could you use the word Eorzea?
I don't think so. I don't think you can.
No, I don't think so either.
So.
I feel like I feel like they've already shot themselves in the foot by being called Rain Nightclub because you'd expect one thing and get something else. But
so what I'm thinking is, right? Okay, we do Rain Nightclub, Summer Bash, whatever with the date.
Let's not use their name. Let's just call it
the
Speakers
Fuck
Nightclub.
We have our own nightclub now.
Speakers Nightclub.
And we're having a
Sunshine Nightclub.
We're having a winter solstice.
Yeah,
right.
Sunshine Nightclub with the winter solstice.
The winter solstice bash is happening.
That's a mouthful. That's going to be hard to put on the billboard.
Okay, and we have the date on there, right? In bigger fonts. That's most of the text. It's just the winter solstice bash, speakers, whatever community. December 21st.
Okay.
And then you put in the short link at the bottom, like more info here, right? And then the website tells you it's a Final Fantasy XIV event, party club thing that's safe for work because we're classy,
right? Of
and
course.
we're not going to have.
Well, that's a whole other part of the Rain nightclub as well, which was a complete disaster in its own right. But
you can have your erotic roleplay, but in tel chat and in a private room, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that and the art too, of course. No in-game stuff. No mention of Final Fantasy. Don't even put anything that is if you're gonna put the Makode up there, they don't even have any face marks.
Right.
It's just a cat girl.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Um.
I think I would, even though I made fun of it, I think I'd just have a plain white background with a QR code in the middle and then find out more
I don't
information.
know if the road authorities would allow that.
Yeah.
I think that's very dangerous. You're not allowed to use a cell phone while driving.
I'd just have the short URL then.
Yeah.
Like bit.ly/.
Well, you need to have
It's
some
a
reason
massive
for them
font.
to like check it out, to know what they're checking out, which is
And then
why
I'd just
think
all right. Then I'd put like
Yeah.
a Rogadin in the back. I put
a
Dallin
Rogadin
in
with
the
like
background.
doing something festive, so you
Yeah.
know that at least it's
like Santa. He's dressed like Santa.
right. There you go.
But you know it's an in-game character, so, and if you recognize it as 14, you'll be interested.
Yes, I think that's good. Although I think the whole idea is bad. Just
So
bad. Basic.
Just do it on Twitter.
Yeah, do it on Twitter. That's where the most people are.
But do you think we get away with it if we did
Yeah.
our winter solstice
think-
bash billboard?
I think so.
You can get away with it, yes.
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, they for some reason decided to do an interview with Asmongold. My
Big platform.
my PR advice would
Because-
be don't do anything, shut it all down, and disappear.
Yeah.
Because you
Why
are
would they
digging
do
a
that?
grave.
Probably because they think they are smarter than they are.
That is what it was. I think they did it because they literally thought they were above us. Like they knew more than we did. Like, oh, but we're in the right actually when you hear our story. That was not the case.
Oh, the hubris, the confidence you have to. Didn't they make fun of people too? Because they were
Yeah.
like, I mean, what? Just people are just broke. Like, why wouldn't you get it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Well, yeah.
it's essentially what they said. I don't even know where to begin with it. It was a lot of just go on, Georgi.
I believe they're Crypto Bros. Is that what came out?
Yeah, there was some
you know
crypto
what?
shit as well in there.
That makes so much
Now it
more
makes
sense.
and
yes.
that should make it should make it a lot.
I
Now
would
I understand
never,
everything they did.
Crypto Bros legal perception and knowledge is
Yeah,
in the
I will
negatives.
say,
I
Very
would have to
minimal.
say.
Considering their perception of how the legality behind this billboard, I'm kind of curious as to what their tax returns look like because they're kind of supposed to report that, and was
just a little mention there.
just if
yeah.
anyone that knows them, maybe contact the IRS.
Georgi, don't do that. Anyways,
Pay your taxes.
yeah, pay your
It's on
taxes.
Bitcoins.
Says
okay.
the man that wants to kill the tax man.
I have little money. Take the crypto money.
All right.
That's worth
All right,
it.
let's bring it back in. So yeah,
They went from doubling down to suddenly just denying everything
Yeah.
and saying, like, so one thing you mentioned was like the ERP side of it, and
Yes.
originally it was like, oh, like Asma asked, there was some people thought there was some like not safe for work stuff. Shouldn't you have kept it separate?
Mhm.
And they're like, well, there isn't any ERP stuff. Well, there is some ERP stuff, but that's all privately done.
Well, that
You know.
because if you had actually gone into their Discord, I believe, like before this turned into a
Mhm.
disaster, it was pretty clear what it was. That was
Exactly.
definitely a huge part of it. And then during the Asmongold interview, like no, and they're like, well, yeah. It's like, don't you have to keep your story straight here? What are you saying?
can't change what you're saying halfway through an interview.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that as well. So that was great. But then they also started to like sort of blame everyone else, which is the classic like I've lost defense. So it was the community was wrong.
Projection.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The community was overreacting. It was a whole mess. So that was
Didn't
go on.
Weren't they also asked about did they use third-party tools, and their response was something like define
Define.
third-party tools.
Yes. Yeah.
They know what third-party tools means because Yoshi-P has told us what it is, and you know
he's
what
already
it is.
defined it.
Hey, these people don't watch live letters.
That's probably true, actually. Yeah.
They're too busy erping. is
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Too busy erping and playing the crypto market.
Yeah.
14
life.
erotic role play on one monitor. The Bitcoin stopped.
Yeah.
Just,
Just watching the stocks
numbers
crash
go
on the other.
down.
No! My Bitcoin! I can't stand this. This is so fucking stupid.
It is stupid. I hate it a lot. Yes. So yeah, that's so yeah. You can sort of throw promoting erotic roleplay as well onto the list of potentially not
Yeah, I mean,
okay
again, that's
things to do.
against terms of service.
Yes. So here we are today, and we are now sort of just waiting for a response from Square Enix. We think we will be getting something on the live letter. Yeah, go on, Jürgen.
Yeah, I suspect they'll say something in the live letter, but I don't think they're going to address this directly
No,
because of legal.
but
because of the legality of
but
it.
here's
I
what we
think
need to
they're going to
discuss.
be quiet on it until then.
Because don't you? They have to do something, right? Because this is the most egregious like this is the worst thing I've ever seen. Like this is they've advertised
An offense to the
their
community
breach.
on multiple levels.
Yeah.
I feel bad for people who roleplay because I think this is like the worst way it's been presented to even normal people who don't like play this game. Like this is on like normal news now.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like this you can go on fucking WAPO or whatever and it'll probably be on there.
Yeah.
It's just
It's what? Yeah. Did we mention that the webs? Okay, I'm not sure. I've seen this many. It's hard to stay on top of all the information that has come from this because they shut down all of it like immediately when the Billboard shit happened. But apparently their website had pricings with ERP offerings, which. I mean, how can you do at some you must have known I would have like if you've done only one of these things, like maybe you forgot that using a mod like on your character and then publicizing it is not as against the terms of service. I will kind of accept that, even though the Billboard itself was a mistake. But now you have data mine, you have modding, you're using Final Fantasy XIV's logo, and now you're on top of that, you are taking payment for ERP services on the website relating to this event that you're advertising. Are you mad?
It's family friendly, yeah.
and then you're saying it's family, and you're just lying to people and inviting them.
I mean, it is important to say that it's guild pricing, but it's still advertising ERP on a website that you're advertising on a billboard. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah, but apparently they're really good DJs, so check it out.
I kind of feel bad for the DJs that were hired for this.
Me too.
So I was,
Until,
but one of them has a temp. Yes.
Yeah.
I think
we're talking about the
you
same.
know more about this than I.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of them kind of joined the doubling down aspect of this, and I think you've seen a certain chain, a thread on Twitter from them, and it is not. They could have escaped this and be like, "Ooh, I didn't know," Ooh,
exactly.
They could have just done that and no one would have followed them, but they doubled down and that was bad for them. So I'm sorry that you shouldn't have done that. Yeah, that was a
really
oof.
big scandal. If after the event had happened, there was screenshots coming out of Yoshi-P Sampo.
Yoshi-P Sampo found that Ring nightclub expose.
Yeah.
That would be so funny.
Yeah,
and then he just doesn't mention it. There's no comment because he had a good time.
Yeah, he had a great time.
Remind me, actually, I do have to go. I want to see the house because I know there's chaos at the house right now.
We can't instigate.
We can't do live investigation.
We can't encourage people to go there to harass because that
don't-
will happen.
Don't harass people.
I mean,
like,
after what we've just said, Rollo, you can't just go, let's go to that house.
No,
I
don't,
mean, like-
don't harass them. But
yeah.
if we're as journalists, is it not the case that we can send a reporter to see what's happening on site?
This is something we would say behind the scenes and not live streaming to our audience. Just a little pro tip there, everyone. Our audience isn't reporters. We are, all right. Okay.
We're not hiring them.
No, we're moving on from that. Let's leave this. Okay, so we're expecting some sort of response, like I said, from Yoshi-P probably during the live letter. Maybe a vague mention about the terms of service. I don't think he's going to.
That's it, isn't it? That's
I
it.
just-
You've
yeah.
ruined the next live letter because the next one was meant to show off Island Sanctuary, and now they're not going to show
No,
Island Sanctuary because they're
it's
going to do a
not gonna-
45-minute
it's not-
lecture.
Mela, it's not going to be ruined. It's just because they never have an end time anyway. It's just
that's
going to go
true.
an hour longer, with the first hour being really boring.
Yeah.
It's just gonna start. He's gonna have the biggest fucking grimace on his face, just looking so solemn. and sad.
Honestly, Roddy, he's going to be there with like a half-finished cigarette in his mouth.
He's
Just
got
like,
the
for
meat
God's
sweat.
sake.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's just miserable.
According to an article from USA Today, as of July 6th, so 4 days ago at this point, or 3 days ago at this point,
Mhm.
the the club owners in question have yet to be contacted
Yeah,
by Square Enix.
That's important to note.
We'll
There,
see if that is
that
going
might
to
change. I
Well,
think that is
wasn't-
subject to change. There were some rumors. Yeah, Rollo? Go on.
Weren't they banned, or one of them weren't they?
No,
I
they have
think
not been
that,
banned
That
as
was a
of
rumor that
These
has
are
been
rumors.
unconfirmed.
Okay.
And I think,
Yeah.
I don't think that can be proved. But yeah, it'd be weird considering the severe action that they've, some players have faced using like less bad things. Like there people have been banned for like, I don't know. I can't even think of what people have been banned for because it's so minor. But like,
You've been
Post-
bad for stealing loot,
right?
like and
Yeah.
agreeing to like share loot and then just not.
Yeah. There was also like someone who had like linked their linking your Twitter to your search comment can be
Yeah.
potentially
Exactly.
bannable.
Mhm.
So if you're putting up a
Well,
fucking billboard,
if there's anti-2S stuff on
Mhm.
Yeah,
your Twitter account.
yeah. And what is that billboard modded and data mined
Mhm.
content with the 14 logo on it? You're in trouble, I think. They should be really happy because I don't think they're going to do this. But I think Square Enix is in the right to like take this to court. I don't think they're going to because they pulled it immediately, and I don't think that this is going to have any major damage on the brand. But they should be fucking thanking their gods that Square Enix didn't go, let's make an example out of these people.
Yeah.
'Cause they could have.
Praising their
they could have.
NFTs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think these people had hate in their hearts or something. I just think
Of
they were
course not.
No.
crypto bros that were
I
lost
think
in
they
the
had
toss.
think they had a different emotion in their hearts.
Lust.
They had lust in their heart.
Yeah, that was implied, Rollo. I didn't think you need to say that.
I need to elaborate. Some people are not good at subtext.
That's for the thickos. Thanks, Roddy.
Yeah. Okay, anyways.
Say that.
Yes.
Lovely.
I was just saying sickos. I have a lisp.
Right.
Okay.
So, anyways, that's...
How do you say it that time?
So the...
Come on, move on. Talk about Oceania.
We're going to, Mela. Jesus
Well, if we're gonna
Christ.
finish the story first.
Can I lead this podcast for a second? All right. So that's the Billboard disaster. For those that you might not even know about the story, but now you do. It's been, if you haven't, you've missed out because it has been a week.
It's been a good
of-
week.
If
Yeah.
this is the only place that you get your 14 news, this would have been very overwhelming.
Yes.
God,
yes.
yeah.
I mean, hey, you got to admit though, like we beat WoW for real. No,
That's
WoW
true.
doesn't have a scandal this crazy.
14 was trending for days
Well,
on
hang
Twitter.
on a second.
I
Roddy.
mean,
the company does.
That's
also, WoW, WoW has an entire epidemiology study based on an event that happened.
Yeah,
in
that's
the
true.
game.
That was really
That's-
cool, though.
That's different. And also the funeral that was crashed.
Okay, let's
Yes,
not.
yeah.
We are not a
That
WoW.
was in
Let's not.
that was in Burning Crusade. bro. That was
Okay,
decades
cool.
ago.
Okay. Anyways, moving on now. We are done with the Billboard disaster.
yeah. Alright, so
I
you
was
can
going to
decide
say
again.
something else before Mela derailed me, and now I forgot it, and I'm
Good.
going to remember it at the end, and it's going to be
Mela
annoying.
ruined.
Mela has ruined my segue. Okay, well, we're moving on to something that happened, which is not as relevant anymore because it's been a while. But the Oceania data center was down or had issues. The only reason we're sort of bringing this up is because it was it happened, and then there was no official word from Square Enix, and to this day there is no explanation for what happened.
It's very strange. Normally, if this was any other server you'd hear more about, maybe they just don't have people here.
Right? Yeah.
Just Oceania second-class citizens.
Yeah.
Third class, thank you.
Third.
Europe second.
Yeah, we're
class.
second. Thank you. So yeah, it was. I think it was July 5th or 6th was when the issues began, and or was it 7th?
Original 7th.
Yeah.
7th is when that was posted, but I think it started a bit earlier than that.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So the servers started to blip out. People got disconnected, and there was just radio silence from the devs. There were some theories that it was because of the flooding in
New South Wales. Sydney.
Wales. But we actually don't know. There has been no.
It appeared to be primarily via certain ISPs in particular, so I suspect it was a routing issue rather than the servers directly.
Yeah. So there you go. We have no updates for you for Oceania. If you came, finally I'll get an explanation.
No official updates, but it seems to be fine now.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, it's up again now. So
Just use Mudfish; you'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, we
yes, I love using a VPN to play on servers in my own country.
yeah.
It's like the old days.
Yeah, like the old days. Okay. Well, we don't have time for Mogmail, I'm sorry to say, because we definitely need to get into the patch notes for 6.18 and all the trouble that came in its wake. So let's jump into 6.18, which released mere days ago. There's not a lot, of course. We know most of this we've talked about before, but we'll quickly touch on it. The weekly restriction for receiving unsung blades of Asphodelos from Asphodelos to the Fourth Circle has been removed, so that's good for.
You can get your tombstone as often as you want.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They've also made adjustments to Pandemonium Asphodelos Savage. 2 treasure coffers will now always appear. Furthermore, the weekly restriction on rewards obtained from coffers have been removed. So this is the usual thing that they do to Savage, essentially. So all restrictions are removed. You can now move directly to whichever one you want. So good. We definitely like that.
Great for our
it's
great for our static that has been stuck on Phoenix for
a
couple of months now.
We're so close though.
We are almost
honestly
done.
would have got it on Thursday for particular. I'm not going to mention any Polish names, but if they hadn't had connection issues, we'd definitely got it on Thursday. So next Saturday we'll be able to say how good we are. I'm sure for sure.
Of course.
The
items. The item.
We'll have cleared something that is months old. At
Yes.
this point, and it's not even the end of the Savage tier.
Right. The item required to enhance weapons purchased with elegant tombstones of astronomy, Radiant Roborant, can be purchased from the following vendor. Nesvaz at Radzat Han for an Aglaya coin. So that's the upgrade item
That's
for the dome weapon.
Guy who sells, dubious trinkets or whatever, where he has that stupid wondrous trinkets thing, whatever.
Yeah. Still a stupid system where you have to equip another weapon to be able to upgrade your current weapon. I don't know why they still haven't figured out a way to do
that. It's just how the game is, Lucia, and we just have to live with it. It's just how the game is. So just stop complaining because it's just we just have to.
I think I understand how the spaghetti works in this instance, but yes, it is dumb.
Yeah.
Mela, it's not going to happen, okay? Glamour log.
Oh, God.
Don't even bring up glamour
It's
log.
because temporarily, technically, you would have no weapon, and I don't think the game can handle that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd love it if it tried and just imploded.
But it is also possible that they're like, okay, well, that's a pretty annoying thing that we have there that we can probably fix, but I think that's what they.
Yeah.
Let's
just throw out some half-baked ideas instead.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the more fixable spaghetti things if they choose to address it at some point.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on. So PvP has again received a lot of updates. So let's just quickly touch on that.
I got pretty worried when I started reading this until I saw that it was PvP.
Yeah, right. It's very important. This is PvP.
Yeah.
Holy Sheltron. Yeah, go on, roll.
I'm glad that they're working on the changes for PvP often because I mean it needs some tweaking still. I think if you ask me.
It's imbalanced still.
Yes, it is.
But I still think it's good.
Yeah.
It's definitely more fun than it used to be.
Yeah, I like having a small limited pool of interesting engines. It is good.
The following adjustments have been made for Paladin. Holy Sheltron, damage reduction of the Knight's Resolve effect has been reduced from 20 to 15%.
Sad. Nerf.
That's a nerf. For Marauder and Warrior, who goes in as Marauder?
That's a good point.
Like, who does that? Why is Marauder listed here and not like Gladiator / Paladin?
Is there any functional difference between the two?
Oh, you know what? I think one of these is like a Marauder action. That's why they're being pedantic, and they're so like, okay, technically a Marauder action.
Can you even go into PvP as a job, as a class, and not a job? Sorry,
I'm not sure. I've never tried.
Not.
I don't know. You can't PvP without a job stone, apparently. So no.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where they can manage that for PvP.
Yeah. Okay, so Onslaught. Base potency has been increased from 400 to 500. Maximum potency has been increased from 4,000 to 5,000. So that's a buff for Onslaught.
Yeah, correct.
Orogeny base potency has been increased from 800 to 1,000. And maximum potency has been increased from 8,000 to 10,000.
Big.
Oh,
that's a
number
massive...
go up!
Number go up for Warrior and Marauder. So Dark Knight, and again, this does seem again to be in line with the lifting everyone up instead of like nerfing. Well, I say that Paladin did get a bit of a nerf. So for Dark Knight, Blood Spiller base potency has been increased from 4,000 to 6,000, and the threshold for reaching maximum potency has been changed from HP below 20 to HP below 25.
Is that like an execute ability?
Yeah, I think so. That's the one that triggers when your HP is at a certain level.
When your HP or theirs?
Well, no, I think it's
That's maximum potency. Yeah, that's when you reach...
The potency increases the lower your damage goes.
Yeah.
The lower your HP is, sorry.
Yeah. Eventide, base potency has been increased from 1 to 10,000.
What a nerd! What a buff! What the hell? What a massive buff!
That's what? Is that a typo?
Well, that just means it's because I think it was also based on HP. So this way you'll always have a baseline damage that you do with it instead of
disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay,
that's such a horrible sentence.
Gunbreaker Burst Strike potency has been increased from 6,000 to 1,000. Sorry. 7,000.
Nice.
That's just a normal little.
All the tanks
increase.
so far are getting buffs except for one.
You mean which one? Gunbreaker?
Well, Paladin's got a nerf.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Buffs.
Yeah, right, that's true.
Paladin was the best of the 4 tanks in PvP.
Yeah.
Should stay that way.
Hypervelocity potency has been increased from 2,000 to 3,000, and barrier potency of the junction tank bonus has been increased from 5,000 to 6,000, and potency increase of the junction DPS bonus has been changed from 4,000 to 5,000, and cure potency of the junction healer bonus has been increased from 3,000 to 4,000. So 1,000 up on these.
Did you know the Gunbreaker had a junction system in PvP?
Oh yeah,
I didn't. I was just reading that, thinking, is that like the blue mage thing where you, depending on what you steal a DPS
as a
it's who you use the skill on. It does different things.
Pretty much.
That's
So,
cool.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Probably been 2 months since this came out. It's cool that they made a Final Fantasy VIII reference with Gunbreaker.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
That's really cool. I might play. I've never played Gunbreaker in PvP.
Okay, Ninja, Seiton Tenchu.
Say this one.
Oh.
Good job.
Duration of the unsealed Seiton Tenchu effect has been reduced from 10 to 8 seconds. So this is a nerf.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really know what it is.
a slight nerf, but yeah, it is.
I have no idea what the skill is.
Skill? I have no idea. But I'm sure it's sad that it has been nerfed.
It's the limit break.
It's the limit break.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the effect of it though?
Is that the one? Where
Isn't it the damage done to them reflects on their limit break, right? Something like that.
Okay. Oh, so this is so you
yeah.
trigger it and then you do damage and then it triggers the actual limit break, or how does that work? Like the damage done? Wait, I don't understand how their limit break works. So this is their limit. So let's not get into that. Their limit break, the duration.
Sorry, I haven't played a lot of Scam.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right. Next, Machinist Blast Charge now grants a movement speed increase when overheated.
Nice.
That's nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a nice utility.
Yeah.
Yes, that's really good because you're fucking so slow when you're using the normal attacks.
Right.
So you have that really same thing with Bard too as well.
Mm.
So that's nice to get a bit of extra movement.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ether Mortar potency has been increased from 4,000 to 6,000, and the barrier potency has been increased from 4,000 to 6,000 as well.
But nice buff.
Nice.
That's nice. Moving on to Dancer, Honing Dance potency has been increased from 3,000 to 4,000. So there's buffs here for like there's not big buffs for Dancer. Reverse Cascade potency increased from 5,000 to 6,000. Fountain Fall potency increased from 7,000 to 8,000. And then Saber Dance has a damage bonus increase from 5% to 10%.
Don't know what those skills are, but it looks like a 1-2-3 combo or something.
How many jobs have you guys played in PvP?
One. Paladin,
Okay.
Black Mage, Reaper, Red Mage.
Okay.
I have no interest in playing any other. I don't want to like.
I don't want to think about setting up multiple PvP bars.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah,
deal with
if
that.
I pick one that hasn't already got the bar set up, I get annoyed, so I just pick something.
Well, also because of how the portrait system worked, I didn't want to make portraits for everyone in their jobs as well.
That's
Also
the most
true.
important part.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, so Black Mage.
Here we go.
For
Never
Burst,
mind.
barrier potency has been reduced from 16,000 to 12,000.
Bit unfair.
That's
No.
a nerf, but the next part's kind of cool.
Yeah, you got one nerf there, but then Super Flare. Enemies under the effect of Umbral Freeze will now be afflicted with a status ailment commensurate with an... will now be afflicted with a status ailment commensurated with the number of stacks accumulated. 1 stack is heavy, 2 stacks bind, and 3 stacks deep freeze for 2 seconds.
That's a long time.
I don't know if you've played Black Mage in PvP, but it's really interesting.
I haven't.
Because you chuck... Every time you
we
cast
just said that
fire
we
or ice
played
on
one
them...
job each.
Oh, that's true. But it's... You like give them these stacks and then all your other skills interact with the stacks you put on them. It's so nice. And the fact that they're just adding to that system, it's
That's
really
cool.
interesting. But they only last for like
Yeah,
5 seconds.
This one's like 2, so yeah.
I think I'd heard that there was no reason to use ice skills or very little reason, so maybe this is a way to encourage.
It didn't seem that way.
Mm.
Fire was the main one because I think it either did more damage or added a dot or something. I can't remember.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Summoner, Fester. Base potency has been increased from 3,000 to 4,000, and maximum potency has been increased from 6,000 to 8,000. So, little buff there for the summoners. Fester. Astrologian. Gravity 2. Heavy effect is now only applied to the first target. So that's a nerf. Gravity 2, when executed after double cast, bind effect is now only applied to the first target. So overall nerfs for the Astrologian.
Massive nerf though.
Yeah.
Massive nerf.
Yeah.
A lot of CC you're missing out on.
Yeah, really big nerf there. Especially maybe not for CC, but for front lines. That's big.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, we talked about this already. That season 1 will end and season 2 will begin. for Crystalline Conflict. We don't need to go into that.
Congratulations on your frame that you get.
Thank you.
Don't forget to claim it.
Quite nice. Make sure to claim your frame.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. Some of the frames look quite nice.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say something bad, but it was actually good.
That setup made it sound like you were going to criticize
it.
No. Like the platinum, diamond, and crystal ones are really pretty. And then if you see someone with the first player and date, I mean, that's pretty pog.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys? What did you rank? This
bronze 3.
Yeah, I think bronze
that's the
3.
same too.
Yeah.
Because I just stopped caring.
I gave up after a while.
You also can't queue to ranked very well anymore on Chaos. Casual is under 5 minutes.
Ranked should be good again now that the new season has started.
Yeah, when the new season starts. Yeah, they'll be fine now.
Come on, get to diamond, guys. You can do it. Or crystal.
No, it's too late to get out of bronze 3.
No, you can.
No, we're already in the new season, Melee. You could probably
exactly, but I'm saying it's already too late to get out of bronze 3. You have to do it on day 1.
Well, PvP is a net positive. You will always go up in rank eventually, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. Okay, so Frontline, they say that, so it says in red, we are planning a number of adjustments for patch 6.2, including further changes to the rate at which the limit gauge fills for each job, as well as damage modifiers. Wow. So the combat rank bonus for the limit gauge has been adjusted as follows. So before, first is none. Second fills 1.25 times faster at the second. Third fills 1.5 times faster. Now, on the first, it fills 75 times slower. Second, none. And third fills 1.25 times faster.
I imagine they were observing too many, as in like your position, like if you're, you're first, second, or third of the frontline teams.
Yeah.
I imagine they were noticing too many like comebacks from third and second place. That's why they've done this.
You mean like on? We did that, didn't we, the other day?
Yeah,
and that was with this nerf. So
yes,
that's true. So it still can be done.
Yeah. Damage modifiers based on job have been adjusted as follows. Damage taken for a tank and melee DPS have been changed from -40 to -60. Damage taken for physical range DPS, magical range DPS, and healer have been changed from -20 to -30%. And damage dealt for summoner, scholar, and white mage have been changed from 0% to -10%.
Gotta stop that LB spam.
There you go.
I think that's a generally good change. I feel like the damage numbers in PvP in this game aren't quite right.
No, they definitely aren't.
No.
They're definitely bounced around CC right now.
Yeah.
Frontline, I'm still surprised they just let it out the door like that.
Yeah.
Because that first couple weeks, absolute chaos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think they just don't care about frontlines, like balance wise. That's why they're like, oh, we can't let this happen in Rival Wings. Guess we'll just make it go away for a bit. But frontlines, who cares?
Yeah.
They're probably focused on the new game mode and balancing Rival Wings around this to bring it back. I think Frontlines is just going to be left in the dust for a while, I'm afraid.
Really? Oh,
yeah. I can see that. All right, quickly on system. So we talked about Meteor being added. The data center, no new worlds. They're just redistributing worlds onto the new data center. New worlds have been added to the European data centers. So welcome to Sagittarius, Phantom,
Sagittarius,
Alpha, and Raiden.
I've seen a complaint that some people may have preferred if these were added to the bottom of the server list rather than continuing to have it alphabetically ordered.
Oh shit! Oh yeah,
that
true.
Is a fair point,
yeah.
But...
Well, at least I think isn't Ragnarok at like the bottom? Used to be at the bottom of Chaos. Now it's not. So that's good.
Yeah.
Sagittarius would be.
Sagittarius will be just below.
Sagittarius would.
Oh, and Spriggan, yeah.
Oh, Spriggan. Oh yeah, we have Spriggan. Right, I forgot about Spriggan. Is Spriggan on ours? I don't know what other worlds there are on.
Twintania is on Chaos.
Light.
Oh shit! You can tell how long.
Sorry, Light. Yes, my apologies.
That's on Light. Okay, right. Yeah, because I haven't really made a character on Ragnarok.
I don't know what servers we have. I just play on my one character, and I just try and forget about everyone else.
Yeah.
We have
such
Louis
pleasure.
Soir. We have Friggan. Ragnarok. Sagittarius and Phantom. They're right before my eyes.
Yes.
And then 2 more.
Well, there's 2 more.
Cerberus and Omega.
Cerberus and Omega. Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
All right, we'll talk a little bit. I guess.
Moogle. 3 more.
Well, we can talk about this now because I mean, no, we can't. We'll talk about it when we talk about the data center travel, which is here, right here. So they added data center travel, which we will cover more in a bit. I'm just making sure that there's nothing else. Oh, here we could have literally seen. Oh, this is only showing light. Damn.
That's where we live. That's Crystal Roller.
Wow, that's us.
Wait, were you seeing Crystal?
Oh yeah, because the one in the show notes is the NA one, so it's showing.
Oh,
it shows
there's a
Crystal,
discrepancy
whereas the EU
between what we have in the. Oh, I see. I
Yeah.
see. Because on screen we are seeing the EU one. Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it shows how to use the data center thing. Corrections have been made to the contents of patch notes. It's updated. Yeah, there's a reason there's a lot of red text here. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
So people who travel to the DC gets a traveler status. So here are the restrictions. Now finally here in clear text. So these are the things that are unavailable when visiting another data center. For disciples of the land, legendary and unspoiled gathering nodes are inaccessible. So
what the hell? But that's the only reason I'm traveling.
But is that the same for like world travel?
It's the same. Yes, it is the same for world travel. It's so people can't farm multiples of these. Yeah,
it makes sense. Retainers cannot be summoned, hired, or released from service.
Makes sense.
Items
they
cannot
live on a different world.
That's true. Items cannot be put up for sale on the market board. It's also the same for the old world travel system. The following quests can only be accepted from your home world: an ill-conceived venture, which is the unlock quest for ventures for your retainer. Makes sense because you cannot actually interact with your retainer. Free companies cannot be formed or joined. Free company information cannot be viewed. Company credits cannot be earned. Free company chat cannot be used to send or receive messages. Now this one is new. This one specifically, I think, because you can when using world travel, you can
during
talk
world
to your
visit
FC.
you still can.
But that's within the same DC, so it makes sense.
Yeah. So keep that in mind. You actually don't earn company credits. I didn't think about that. I mean, not that I ever think about how company credits even they just sort of exist.
Okay.
They sort of appear.
Yeah.
I will say if you exist in a very, very, very tiny FC like I have on my crystal on my main, they don't appear as rapidly as you want them to.
No, there's plenty of times that I do GC turn-ins.
Well,
I know.
I remember a time, Mela, when we were out of the free company credits as well. I mean, it was there have been hard times in our FC
but then we were clever and we just completely destroyed the free company and that people gathered like
we essentially imploded. Well, we had a policy at first where we would never like invite viewers to join our free company. Like we wanted to isolate
so long ago.
Yeah, we held it, but unfortunately that meant that there were very few players in our free company, and so we started running out of free company credits, and that's when we started using the wheel, literally to gain FC credits. So yeah, that's a long time ago now. Yeah,
it's the only reason why you guys are in.
It's for the credits.
Once we hit a comfortable number, we'll kick you all.
Yeah, actually, we need more people because we're actually using more than we're earning right now. So we're in a negative growth. Yes, but it's very slightly, obviously. But
I would say that's because people are finished like leveling their crafters for the most part.
Yeah,
crafters and gatherers, which is where a large amount of company credits would have been earned.
If you're a new player on Chaos Ragnarok, hit us up so we can farm your credits.
Yes, we have. Oh, I just realized that we never promoted anyone to link shell leader or like to be able to invite
we'll
people.
Talk about that when we get to that part.
Yeah. Okay, link shell information cannot be viewed. Link shells cannot be created or joined. Link shells cannot be used to send or receive messages. These are regular, like quote unquote local link shells,
which somehow still exists.
Yeah, remember when they said they were gonna merge
convert them all into crossword link shells? I'm sure that will happen at some point.
No,
but they're being very quiet.
I don't think so, because there's 8 link shells and now there's up to 8. Remember there was only 1 crossword, but now there's 8 crossword link shells.
Yep.
But if they convert them, you might have already joined a crossword one, so it won't.
Well, the thing,
you'll be over your
the
maximum.
crossword link shell, isn't that on your link shell page anyway?
No,
it has a separate whole page.
Yeah, it's a separate menu thing. Yeah, it is rubbish. And the reason I think the fact that they're being so quiet about it is because they're maybe at some point they realize, oh, this is too complicated. We can't do this.
Oh no, it's hard.
They want us to forget. Crossword link shells cannot be formed. It is still possible to join crossword link shells with a limit of 8 crossword link shells per data center. So there you go, you can join. Travelers cannot be promoted to master of crossword link shells in a destination data center. So there you go. That's good to know. Crossword link shells in different data centers cannot be used to send or receive messages. Oh yeah,
so we have one.
Yeah, they did talk about that, didn't they? With was it when they talked about the Japanese new data center? Was that?
God, yeah, that was really complicated.
It was very complicated.
Clones of them will exist, and then somehow you'll be able to talk on both in separate instances.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to explain that again.
So if you have joined a crossword link shell on, let's say you joined ours on Chaos, and you go back to Light, that link shell is still in your list, but it's just a husk.
No, I believe that's not how it works.
Oh,
I believe it only is in relation to the Meteor data center in Japan. The clones exist.
Yeah, it was.
For us, you will not have those crossword link shells when you go to Light.
Oh, but it says
remember,
here
because it was about some people who were some servers would have remained on the DC and some would have moved DC.
Yeah. Well, see,
so there would have been 2 copies of
read that red text above the kill. There's a limit of 8 crossword link shells per data
per day. Oh, that's true. Okay, so it just isn't there when you go back to Light.
Yes.
Okay, I see. What is this again? Fellowships?
We have one.
Yeah, we put out a poll 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah. We've almost tabulated the results.
Yes, it's almost ready to present them.
Don't forget to join the Crystal official fellowship and Crossword Link Shell. I am in both.
You have a fellowship on Crystal?
I made that up.
Okay.
I was going to say we have a crossword link shell, but I have not heard about this.
All right. This we'll talk about in the next part. We'll get back to crossword link shells. All right. Fellowship information in your home world cannot be viewed. Wah wah, I guess. Travelers cannot join or form fellowships in a different data center.
Sad.
Fellowships dead on fucking arrival. I have no idea what the idea behind fellowships was. Or maybe I can understand the idea, but it was definitely not what we got. Like, it's just... It is nothing. It is nothing.
From the game at this point.
Oh, it's so bad. Estates and apartments cannot be purchased for housing. Residence sharing is unavailable. The quest Bird in Hand can only be accepted from your home world. That's because you can't interact with a stable, a chocobo stable. So you can't learn to train your bird. Eternal bonding. Again, this is perhaps one of the weirdest ones that still remains. Ceremonies of eternal bonding are unavailable. Eternal bonding quests are unavailable. Invitations to ceremonies cannot be offered to players in other data centers. Weird restriction.
You can't even do this even when you're just world visiting.
I know. It's weird that it's still in here.
Wedding haters.
Gold Saucer. Lord of Verminion tournaments cannot be entered. Triple Triad tournaments cannot be entered. Jumbo Cactbot tickets cannot be purchased or redeemed.
That makes sense.
That one makes sense, but
that one makes sense. The first 2, I assume, are only like the multi-week tournaments, and not.
Yeah.
You can probably enter the open tournaments.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Maybe. For deep dungeon results will not be saved to leaderboards.
But you can still do them.
Dungeons
That's
You can
interesting.
still
Well,
do
yeah,
that.
because they're technically instances. I don't
That's
see why you
true,
wouldn't be able to do them.
interesting.
Just don't go for records while you're on other worlds or
It's
other
actually
data
kind of
centers.
sad because yeah, I actually got the world record on all classes on a different on light, but because I'm from
I see.
so they won't show it down.
For PvP, Crystalline Conflict ranked matches are unavailable. PvP team information cannot be viewed, and PvP teams cannot be formed or joined. PvP teams cannot be used to send or receive messages. PvP teams.
Does PvP team chat still work? I thought
Yeah.
didn't they revert it to only being able to use like the hello?
Well, we have a team chat.
Goodbye?
No, if you're in a team, you can communicate.
We have our own little team
It's
chat
just-
for our
but I just
Gobu
can't remember how-
Gobblers.
Yeah. Not that we can use it for anything anymore because the feast doesn't exist.
No, there's literally no PvP team content right now.
No.
I don't know what
No.
we are
There-
supposed to do.
There isn't.
For the Moogle delivery service, the Moogle delivery service is unavailable. Letter notifications are unavailable outside of your home data center. That's the
Fine.
same for
That's
World
a
Visit.
bit weird, but fine.
You only
I
get
kind
if
of
you
won't
get
even
why,
know
but
you have letters.
if you I think
no one ever sends me.
yeah,
letters
you just
anyway.
get like a red like letter in the top right of your
Yeah.
screen, I think. But yeah. Teleport eternity rings may only be used when both players are on the same world. You can only use an aetherite pendulum to teleport to the nearest aetherite if both players are on the same world, and you can only teleport to a friend's estate when you are on their home world. That makes sense.
Okay, so can I ask, what the hell is an aetherite?
Yeah, I
pendulum?
was just going to ask that.
You see, these losers have never invited someone
Yeah.
to play Final Fantasy 14.
It's one of the
I
recruitment
know
rewards.
what it is.
It's
yeah. Recruit friend thing.
You
Yeah.
can
I didn't know it
teleport
was
to a
called
friend.
that.
Yeah. All right.
Do
New
you have friends, Roller?
I
new
just tricked people.
yeah, I did that too. And then I have to pay every time I make a new character because I get like because they for some reason decided to send a letter for each of the 5 gold chocobo feathers you get, and I get like 10 letters just with the 5 fucking gold feathers.
That's good though.
It's so
You've got so
annoying.
many gold.
Okay, so new and preferred world bonuses. Bonuses will not be applied for visiting new or preferred worlds. If you're eligible for new or preferred world bonuses in your home world, these will still apply when visiting another world. So there you go. Okay, so that's the patch. Now let's talk about the execution of that patch because
Flawless from what
it
I've
wa-
seen.
So how has reuniting light and chaos?
well, that has
Been
been
going.
nice.
Oh, it was beautiful,
Racist.
Rollo.
And recently, it's gotten a bit better.
Mm-hmm.
We did content on the Friday stream for the first time with our old light friends,
Yeah.
Oh,
and I think we got to play with one of them because the party.
Oh yeah,
with all the
that's so
chaos
funny.
people.
Because every Friday, I mean, it's sort of like a ritual almost now for people. Like we go on, we do alliance trials and normal raid roulettes, and it's so built into like the people on Chaos is like muscle memory that when we opened a party finder, it just filled instantly with Chaos players because they just know
Light
how to do
people,
it.
You've got to really work hard now.
Yeah, light
Wow.
people are from Light. They're a bit rusty on it, or there might be new. I mean, we're saying old friends. I mean, I'm sure there's new friends from Light as well that have never had the chance to play.
think about last time you saw some of those people was in Eureka for that one screenshot we took.
That's
It
right.
was,
Yeah,
Rollo.
it
It was. So if I could forget, that would be nice.
Yeah. So there was a lot of people in our house. It's been a while since
I
that
like
happened.
seeing some new and old names there. It's nice because we're used to like them coming on with their like rubbish Ragnarok level 1 alts for like the weddings and stuff.
Yeah.
So for some of them,
They still have to
come
do
on with
that.
their Ragnarok alts for weddings and stuff.
Our
that's true, but
our anniversaries
it's-
mail will still be full of those.
yeah, but it's like, you know, some of them have funny names for their alts, like Khmer is Chimera because it's a female one instead. So it's weird seeing their real characters.
Yeah. But however, the road to get here was not an easy one. It was a bit of a nightmare, in fact. So immediately upon patch release, the data center travel system was overloaded.
Nice.
And the devs posted this on the lodestone. We have received over 15,000 visit requests per minute and confirmed that the servers are unable to keep up with the high server load. Due to the number of requests, which makes it difficult to resolve the issue while keeping the data center travel system open, we will temporarily suspend the data center travel system and gradually open this feature as we monitor the situation. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. Thank you for listening to me last week, everyone. You did it. You broke it immediately. Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you for testing the servers.
Thank you for your sacrifice. It was worth it.
It's like when people were stuck in certain countries because of COVID.
Right. It was kind of like that, I guess.
It was a nice experience to recreate.
Yeah.
So now there were people stranded, not only in a different world, but a different data center. Like, how horrible must that feel? They had to follow this up. There are several follow-ups to this. On the same day, since temporarily suspending the data center travel system, after making some setting changes, we gradually opened the feature back up again. One world at a time, and currently the data center travel system is open on all worlds. However, due to the large number of players wishing to try the data center travel system, travel may require up to 30 minutes during peak login hours. We will continue working to reduce server load so that travel will be easy even during periods of congestion. Please note that in order to prevent server outages or issues with the data center travel system itself, depending on the situation, we may temporarily suspend the system again for individual worlds. When using the data center travel system, if you receive a message that the system is currently unavailable or are unable to select a world, please wait for some time and try again. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. So now, you have a potential 30-minute wait with an additional risk that the server may suspend service at any point. So love that. Let's play the roulette. Let's see if I can get in. I love this. This is like peak Final Fantasy XIV chaos. Like this is, I love this. And I pretty much exactly what I expected from the system at launch. I
like the kindly asking for you to please wait some time if you were to try again. Please don't overload our servers again.
Yes.
You won't get this in another MMO though.
Yeah.
Because they just let the servers break. And just, if you get in, you get in.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Do you guys have any issues with traveling? Do you get stuck?
I'm never going to travel.
I'm going to wait a long time before I start doing that. I'm not getting stranded.
No, full rudder.
So a lot of people just couldn't travel, and those that did could not go back home. Then there was another follow-up. So this was this is all happening on the same day. These are all posts from the same day. This is the third follow-up.
Yeah, a lot of cigarettes that day.
Yes. We would like to report on the current status of the data center travel system. Based on the server load issues after opening the data center travel system for all worlds, we have taken measures to counteract the server load, such as changing the system settings. We have been monitoring.
So vague.
I love that. We have been monitoring the situation since taking these measures and have confirmed that the transfers are stable and completed within minutes, even during peak login hours. However, there is a possibility that the server may continue to experience extremely high load during concentrated periods, such as immediately after maintenance, or when there are a large number of requests to transfer to the same world. Since there will need to be updates to the client to address these issues, we are working on verifying the updates so that the hotfix can be implemented by the beginning of next week. We will send out another update as soon as we know which day the hotfix will be implemented. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause.
Tick, tick, 2 days left.
Yeah. So I love that even like that last part, like you can sense sort of the like frustration and like the person typing is like, we'll let you know which day, but you know, it is. Yeah, there you go. And that was. And so the data center travel system was born. We know that now
Pretty
that
good.
it works because people came over from Light. Now it is safe now, technically.
Yes.
The only issue is like inconvenience, like in like travel times. But at least there's no fear of like being stranded now. So
Remember said they were going to implement this pre-Endwalker.
Oh,
Imagine Endwalker on launch.
Yeah.
it'd have been so much.
Well, even now, like
More horrible.
15,000 requests per minute.
That's wild.
That is
And-
crazy.
But you know, I don't need to do it. I don't need data center travel. You want to know why? Because I'm on the data center people want to come to. Like, you know, I'm on Crystal. What am I gonna do on Primal or whatever? All that Aether. You come to me. I'm the cool guy.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
If nothing else, it's a very nice feature for when we do Whore in the future.
That's right. That's true.
Yeah.
Then when we're
Make it much easier.
Yeah.
Can't wait for cross region stuff.
Oh, don't.
Well, that's
I'll
the
bring-
next step, isn't it? Mela, they did say that they wanted.
I
that.
know they said it, but come on, that's going to be even scarier.
I know. Okay. I'll say this: the day it happens, like the second I can do it, I will travel to Chaos and Ragnarok with my main.
That
And
sounds like a scary.
Whatever happens, you know, I'll accept it. If I
Complete
am
character data wipe.
if my character and my real self ends up being shredded in the void, well, you know.
I have a feeling like
At least you tried.
they would have to like copy your like make a backup of your character the moment you travel. I think
I
just to
imagine
make
they
sure
do.
that something doesn't go wrong. But goodness me, that is a
That's
scary
crazy
system.
though. Like my character traveling from the servers in California to the ones in France of now.
Yeah. Crazy. Speaking of, that's a nice segue into the last part of this because someone have noticed that the Europe. So, I believe it was during the live letter, hidden at like the bottom of the slide. It said, or was it? I can't remember if it was the live. It was at some point. It was mentioned that there would be new equipment, like server infrastructure or whatever, for the European data center. And it was weird because they didn't talk about it really. They didn't touch on it. No explanation given as to what that meant. But now someone has figured out that it seems like the servers are in France now, which is interesting. We used to be in Germany, and now we are in France. And at first, some are. We don't know this for sure. That hasn't been confirmed anywhere, I think. But it does. We have had some weird lag issues over the past like week.
Yes.
So, like, I've had lag issues. Mela's had lag issues. Georg had lag issues. People in our static has had lag issues. So
there have also been storms throughout Europe, but
that is true. It's been rough. So
there's a possible multitude of reasons why there have been lag issues recently.
But it might also be like, you know, because it's a new data center that it's still being like figured out. But yeah, so interesting, I guess. If we are in France, goodbye. We used to be in Frankfurt. Now we're in
which is appropriate, I guess.
Come on.
Yeah.
Change your accent. You have to now. Sacre bleu, le tag buster.
Good afternoon and welcome to Speakers.
Speakers sans fin talent. Because we've been speaking with a German accent this whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, we always just go,
yeah, that's true. yeah.
Oui.
Okay, well, there you go. Thank you. That's the end of the show, actually. That's it.
There we are.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Remember to follow. Wait, before we do that, our link shell on Ragnarok. Were we going to say anything about that? No, not really. Just that
we have a cross link.
We do have a cross. Yeah, there is a cross-world link shell on Chaos. There's one on every server, I think, on every world.
There's one on Crystal. I'm there. You can say hi to me. You won't know who my character is, but I'll tell you if you
No,
ask.
you won't know who Rollo is. You'll know who I am.
Yeah.
So it's not a secret, but
well, the reason why we're bringing up the Chaos one specifically, because the one on Crystal is managed. The one you'd think would be the most managed would be the Chaos one. We looked at it. We had our Crossworld link shell was made in 2018, and it contained Rollo, Mela, Georgi, and me. And that has never changed until now, which means there's no one with like privileges to like invite people, so we need someone to like be in charge of that. So maybe I'll log in after this if someone is online and I can just give you the rank so that you can deal with that for us. Okay, anyways, there you go. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Remember to follow on Twitter at SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersOfIreland, YouTube.com/SpeakersXIV, exclamation Discord in chat. If you want to join our Discord server, if you're watching on demand, links in the description. Remember to send us mogmail, speakersXIV.com/mogmail. Send in, whatever. If you want to talk about the Billboard thing, that's fine. If you want to talk about the patch, Crossworld, or maybe you got stuck. Did you get stuck in the data center thing?
Yeah, or do you know someone who got stuck? Or can you imagine what it would be like to have got stuck?
Do you need to talk to someone about it? speakersXIV.com/mogmail. Send it in. Send it in.
Someone in your life been affected by the data center travel issues?
You might be entitled to financial
There'll also be a help number after the show. For anyone who's been affected by it,
yes. All right. Thank you. We'll be back in the post show if you're watching live. If not, we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.